right now, live at 5.
Miracle on Old Highway 70. How a 3-year-old managed to survive nearly 25 hours in the woods.
Residents tried helping a man when a fire broke out at this apartment complex. Their efforts tonight.
And President Trump is considering limiting the return of U.S. citizens and residents who may be infected with the coronavirus. The move comes as the Trump administration and lawmakers remain deadlocked on a stimulus bill. And why millions of dollars could be coming to rural Minnesota to assist in public transportation.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Welcome to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Duluth City Hall on what has been a primary election for the books, as officials estimate a large number of voters chose to vote absentee in the midst of the pandemic. Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. We do have a lot of news to get to tonight, including today's primary election and Democratic presidential frontrunner Joe Biden picking a running mate.
We'll have more on that story in just a moment, but first tonight we're following some developing news in downtown Duluth. A portion of St. Anne's in downtown Duluth was evacuated today.
Fire officials say it was due to a suspected chlorine leak at the assisted living facility. Crews say it's believed a cleaning chemical was poured down the drain and the evacuation was made out of an abundance of caution.
CBS 3's Ryan Campo joins us live from the scene there. Ryan, what can you tell us about the situation right now?
Kristen, Tony, good evening to you both. That's right. Fire crews are still investigating the scene right behind me here at St. Anne's after a call came in just before 4 p.m. with the complaints of chlorine on the first floor. I spoke with Scott Johnson, executive director of St. Anne's, and he told me what we know at the moment. The 911 call came from the director of nursing as those in the building smelled chlorine. At the moment, fire crews believe the smell has stemmed from a mild chemical reaction due to someone pouring cleaning liquid down a mop drain. But they're still investigating the exact cause tonight. Until then, the 12 people who were evacuated from the first floor will stay out of their apartments. Now, fire crews are still on the first floor trying to determine the rate of exposure, if any. Now, still a lot of unknowns as crews are still investigating the scene behind me here at St. Anne's. We will continue to keep you updated both on air and online on our mobile app. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
And any new updates that we get during the 6 p.m. show, we'll be sure to bring you those then. Thanks, Ryan.
To politics, presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden has made his vice presidential pick. It's California Senator Kamala Harris. This afternoon, he made the reveal to supporters on social media. Natalie Brand has details from the White House.
Joe Biden has made it official. He's picked Kamala Harris to be his running mate. She is only the third woman and the first black woman to be on a major party's presidential ticket. The California senator has known Biden for years after striking up a friendship with his late son, Beau. Harris was considered a frontrunner when she launched her own bid for the Democratic nomination and went after Biden during a primary debate last summer.
You also worked with them to oppose busing. And you know, there was
Well, meanwhile, in Duluth, voter turnout for today's primary election seems to be successful despite the current coronavirus pandemic. And tonight at 6, we'll bring you more on the former VP's nomination for his vice presidential pick. Now, according to Duluth City Clerk Chelsea Helmer, as of 2 p.m., almost 8,000 absentee votes have been cast. That's the highest number of absentee votes in any election the city has held. In-person voting has been slow but steady overall compared to years past. Helmer says this primary seems to have good turnout.
Slow but steady, which is generally what we'd expected. We thought that early voting would have an impact on the precincts today.
And if you have not voted today, it is not too late to vote in person. Precinct locations close at 8 o'clock tonight.
Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers and U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin are among the Wisconsin office holders who will speak during next week's Democratic National Convention. The 4-day event in Milwaukee will formally nominate Joe Biden as a Democratic candidate for president. The nearly all virtual convention has been scaled back due to the coronavirus and will start on Monday night. Other notable speakers include Barack and Michelle Obama and Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar.
Tonight, we're learning more about a fatal fire in Duluth's East Hillside neighborhood. Crews responded to the apartment complex located on 3rd Street and 7th Avenue North just after 2:30 this morning. At this point, they have not named the victim. CBS 3's Kendall Jarbo describes the residents' attempts to save him.
The damage outside this apartment complex is minimal, but early Tuesday morning, firefighters and residents were trying to rescue a man who was unconscious and later died. The fire broke out on the 1st floor in the unit where the victim was staying as a guest. A spokesperson for the fire department says their investigation leads them to believe that the unit's door was cracked, which is how residents saw him laying there. Those residents were able to pull him out of the building and try to save him. Emergency responders took over when they arrived, but the victim later died at the hospital. The spokesperson says the fire alarms were working in the building and helped alert residents.
Obviously a very caring group of individuals that wanted to make sure that they could help if they could, and it sounded like they did the very best that they could with the circumstances.
The Red Cross is helping people who were displaced, and damage is estimated at $75,000.
No word yet on the cause of the fire, but more information is expected later this week. This is the second fatal fire in Duluth this year.
3-year-old Abby Ladwig of Winter, Wisconsin is recovering at home after spending 24 hours in the woods. Abby went missing Sunday evening after wandering into those woods. She was found safe on Monday night. Leanne Valdez explains how she was found.
After spending close to 25 hours alone in these woods, the Sawyer County Sheriff's Department says it's a miracle Abby is alive and well. Sheriff Doug Mrotek tells me it was a little after 6:30 Monday night. Abby walked into a neighbor's yard after spending more than 24 hours missing. That's when the neighbor called for help. Sheriff says he can only speculate she was around the area. The woods are so dense and thick, causing low visibility and takes away from hearing her, and could have easily been missed. Abby was taken to an area hospital to get looked at. She was later released. Sheriff Mrotek says Abby is suffering from several scratches, bug bites, and severe dehydration, but will be fine. Mrotek says multiple agencies responded. They used 3 drones and a helicopter with thermal imaging. Mrotek is happy the way the department handled the situation and is proud of Sawyer County for willing to step up and help.
It's a great feeling to live in such a great community with all the community support that we had.
Sheriff Mrotek says the family right now is asking for privacy as they need time to heal.
All right, thanks, Leanne. And coming up tonight at 6, we hear from the man who found Abby just across the road from where she went missing. And Dave's here for our first look at the weather tonight. Dave, pretty hot out there, but not so humid.
And it wasn't that hot for everybody. It was a little cooler up north and warmer from the Twin Ports down through Wisconsin, where we got into the mid-80s for a couple of towns. We'll show you the high temps of the day later on, but right now we take a live look down Highway I-35 towards Atkinson, where, yeah, it's another beautiful day thanks to high pressure in control. But by tomorrow night, that's when the change just might start coming towards more humid and towards potentially stormy. All right, that high pressure cell, that'll hold on to us through tomorrow afternoon, but that warm front you see to the west will increase the clouds tomorrow, leading to our next rain chance Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, maybe even Saturday morning. Our short-term forecast here says for Wednesday, look for things to start out mostly sunny. Then there's those clouds increasing towards partly sunny as you get back home from work. 80 degrees will be the high temp tomorrow. Humidity is going to start creeping back in. Today was warm but comfortable. Once we get towards the end of the week, it may not be so comfortable, and that may provide the fuel for strong storms. We'll talk about the odds in just a bit.
Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, a lucky winner is claiming thousands in Babbitt, plus Grand Rapids is celebrating 2 new schools opening with a ribbon cutting. City by City is next.
Plus, tonight at 6, we continue our coverage of the primary election live from the polls. We're learning more from local officials on when we can expect results.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS 3. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS 3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3. The Garage, it's your space. Get a garage fit for a king or queen with our Regal Eagle 26 by 28 garage. Store all the equipment needed to rule your kingdom today. No matter what you put in your space, trust us to build it right. Economy Garages. Built right, priced.
To all our MediaCom customers, Thank you.
We just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting us to keep your family connected.
We'll do whatever it takes.
Yep, we got you.
Thank you so much for being patient and your support.
You all are the reason that we do what we do, and we couldn't do it without you.
So thank you. We appreciate you, and please stay safe.
Thank you for being a part of our MediaCom family.
You're the best.
Thank you.
I set you free. I told you you could.
Storm damage happens, and when it does, turn to Peak Construction Roofing, the Northland's storm damage experts. Peak simplifies the process for you every step of the way. With our skilled technicians, we quickly survey the situation to determine the best course of action. We offer insurance claims assistance to eliminate insurance confusion. Plus, we offer free storm damage inspections. Call Peak today to set up your free storm damage inspection, and let us take care of you.
My name is Misael, and I'm into advertising. I think the best thing about LSE is the people here on campus. I'm getting my generals now. I'm saving some good money, and that will be very helpful for me when I transfer to a four-year school.
Dear Summer, how do I make the most of you? Do I kick back and relax? Or climb new mountains? I could go and get dirty. Or switch into new lanes. One thing's for sure, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 1.9% financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Spirit Mountain on this Tuesday afternoon. Dave Anderson will have your full weather forecast in just a few minutes. But first, let's head over to Tony for a look at what's happening around the region.
A Babbitt resident wins big, plus Grand Rapids is celebrating the opening of 2 new schools. That and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. Starting things off in Babbitt, Minnesota tonight, where one lucky resident is nearly $40,000 richer. The North Star Cash Jackpot announced via social media yesterday that the winning ticket was sold at a Babbitt shortstop on August 8th. Those winning numbers were 5, 18, 27, 27, 28, and 29. Congrats to that big winner. Now to Grand Rapids, where the school district is celebrating the completion of 2 new elementary school buildings. A ribbon-cutting ceremony will be held for each of the schools in the coming weeks. Rapids East will celebrate their completion on August 24th, and Rapids West will have theirs on September 3rd. The 2 schools will replace the 4 separate elementary schools that the district previously had. And wrapping things up in Hayward, where the Chequamegon Mountain Bike Festival has joined the list of canceled summer events. The festival, which was previously called the Fat Tire Festival, is an annual gathering of bike enthusiasts and usually brings thousands to the Hayward Cable area. Organizers are offering ticket deferrals to next year's festival, and those looking for a refund are eligible for one up to 70% of the ticket price. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, go ahead and send us an email, and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, gridlock in Washington as President Trump battles lawmakers over a new COVID stimulus.
You know, my mom is from Babbitt. Maybe I need to head up towards that neck of the woods tonight and play the lottery, maybe get lucky. And then go farther up north towards Orr here as we're seeing this live look around that neck of the woods where the weather is still gorgeous. Likely will be for another day or so before things start to cloud up and storm chances arrive. We'll talk about them coming up after our break.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS 3 News with Kristen Baki and Anthony Mack tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
Shopping for a new kitchen at Skips has never been better. Take home your dream kitchen today with Skips Fruitwood Oak Cabinets in painted or dark shaker styles. You can rely on Skips for quality and durability at affordable prices. Stop by with your measurements and see how you can take home beautifully painted or stained cabinets today at a truly affordable price. Visit us online at skipshomecenter.com or stop in to see our showroom at 4728 Rice Lake Road, Duluth.
Attention! This is an important message for anyone diagnosed with cancer after being exposed to Roundup or other weed killers. In 2015, the Internal Agency for Research on Cancer warned that overexposure to Roundup and other weed killers may increase the risk of developing non-Hodgkin lymphoma. More evidence found that Monsanto may have known that Roundup was likely linked to organ damage and cancer. This information was hidden from the public as proprietary trade secret since 1981, and Monsanto may have failed to adequately warn about the potential risk of cancer. A California jury found Monsanto's weed killer caused a groundkeeper's cancer and issued a verdict for $78 million. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with cancer after being exposed to Roundup or other weed killers, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call the Sentinel Group now. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor.
Please call 800-627-1826.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS.
Coming up Wednesday on CBS 3 this morning, a recap of how primary elections went here in the Northland.
And those mild temperatures are forecasted to continue, but higher humidity levels are forecasted to return as well.
So make sure to wake up with us starting at 5 a.m.
CBS 3 weather is brought to you by Economy Garages. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, a warm front's approaching our region, and wouldn't you know it, today temperatures went up, starting from the south, working towards the north. So a quick look at our high temperatures here shows that only 78 International Falls, 79 Hibbing, but Hermantown made it to 84. Superior got 85 degrees, and even towards Ironwood, 82 there as well, 83 in Hayward. Normal's about 76, so warmer than normal for the next couple of days. But if a low pressure system leads with its warm front, it trails with its cold front, and once we get into the back half of the upcoming weekend, temperatures are going to go to cooler than normal for about a week. So enjoy this perhaps last gasp of summer while you can. Nothing ever stays the same here in our weather. Just wait a couple days and it will change. Right now, the current conditions have decided to take a day of vacation. Yesterday we didn't have a picture. Today we don't have any numbers. Oh my goodness. Crazy system. Well, hopefully by 6 o'clock, those numbers for the current conditions come back again. Current temperatures are here, and we're looking at 80 in Watersmeet, 81 Ironwood, 83 Ashland, low 80s also towards Hayward, and low 80s still in Superior, still holding on to 84 up towards Hermantown, 81 degrees in Moose Lake, and even on the North Shore closer to the lake, looking at low 80s there as well. Up the Gunflint for a change is cooler than down by the bay, by the lake. So every now and then turnabout can be fair play. And like we mentioned, getting farther into Minnesota, it's a little bit cooler. We have 77 Ely, 79 towards Hibbing and Chisholm, Side Lake. Grand Rapids is there as well, 78 International Falls. Highs tomorrow, probably warmer in northern Minnesota. Again, turnabout being fair play. We could go towards 85 International Falls, while down towards Hayward, it's more like 81, 82. So things a little bit topsy-turvy here as we swap out a high-pressure cell for a low-pressure system. That's going to make things more humid, keep the heat up, and perhaps bring storms to our region. Right now, we've got clouds from that warm front trying to infiltrate the region, but in general, higher pressure is keeping us high and dry for the time being. Tomorrow, though, things are going to change as the high-pressure system begins to slip away as the day goes on, leading to the approach of the low-pressure system from the west, which could be with us as early as Wednesday night in through Thursday. 20% chance for rain Wednesday night around this time. 40% chance for the rain on Thursday. It bumps up to a 50% shot on Friday and then falls off to 30% on Saturday. And by Sunday, once this cold front has come, well, things will clear up, but also cool down. We'll show you how far with our 7-day forecast. Tonight, the temperatures in Minnesota will run from the 50s inland to the low 60s right by the lake. So it'll be another night with things warmer by the lake. Into Wisconsin and Michigan, the temperatures there run a narrow range of 58 to 60. For tomorrow, daytime highs, Wisconsin, Michigan should go 80 to 83, and actually the UP might be the hot spot in that neck of the woods. Clouds on the increase. The increase in Minnesota as well, where inland temperatures go 80 to 85, and lakeside numbers will be in the mid-70s. The increased clouds, like I mentioned, lead to a rain chance from Thursday, Friday into Saturday morning. Some of the storms on Friday could become severe because it's going to become very humid again. Humidity is great fuel to provide lift to keep firing up storms. And then again, we settle down and cool down. By Sunday, we drop to 74. If the normal is 76, we undercut that all the way through Tuesday, Tony.
All right, thanks, Dave. After originally postponing their 4th of July fireworks, the city of Duluth has officially canceled their Labor Day fireworks display. According to Mayor Emily Larson, city leaders had hoped our COVID-19 circumstances would improve by September. However, with Minnesota's new Stay Safe plan, Larson says the event can't work with the 250-person limit for outdoor events. Last year, 10,000 people came out to Bayfront to celebrate the summer tradition.
President Trump is considering limiting the return of U.S. citizens and residents who may be infected with the coronavirus. The move comes as Trump administration officials and lawmakers remain deadlocked on a stimulus bill. The president is also pushing for college sports to resume in the fall. Natalie Brand reports from the White House.
President Trump is pushing for college football season to kick off as usual despite the coronavirus pandemic.
These football players are very young, strong people, and physically, they're physically in extraordinary shape. So they're not going to have a problem.
In a call to Fox Sports Radio, the president made a similar argument to the one he's made in a push to reopen schools. A new report from the American Academy of Pediatrics notes a 90% increase in pediatric COVID cases over 4 weeks.
What does surprise me is how little of a voice the parents themselves are having. Overwhelmingly in some of these districts, the parents are saying, yes, I feel safe and I want them back in school.
Meanwhile, the White House and congressional Democrats remain at an impasse over the next round of coronavirus relief funding. They disagree over the size and scope of the next bill.
A senior administration official tells CBS News the White House is not expecting negotiations to resume this week. White House advisors are defending their ability to move forward with executive action on COVID relief, including temporary unemployment benefits, despite questions over whether it could face a court challenge.
Look, Labor Department's thinking 2 weeks, so it's going to be effective August 1. So there'll be a couple weeks back.
CBS News has also learned the administration is considering a proposal to limit the return of U.S. citizens and residents from abroad if they are COVID positive. Outside legal experts in the past have questioned the legality of such a measure.
The Big Ten Conference voted to postpone college football because of the coronavirus pandemic today. The Pac-12 followed suit shortly after. Kelly Hinseth will have more on what that means tonight at 6.
Still to come, the Department of Transportation is investing money into our region for a new rural bus project. Details when we come back.
Hi, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet, your simple and affordable choice for bathtubs, showers, surrounds, and safety tubs. Right now, we are offering 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2022, or get your dream bathroom for as little as $69 a month. This offer ends August 31st, so call us today or go online to book your appointment to take advantage of this amazing offer. Bath Planet. Out of this world service and down to earth price.
Join the Greater Downtown Council for Movies in the Parking Lot, Friday nights all summer long. Watch movies from the comfort of your vehicle. Reserve your $10 parking spot ahead of time at downtownduluth.com/events/movies in the park. Present your digital ticket at the gate and enjoy. Bring your own food or have snacks from the concession stands. Here's what's playing this week. Presented by Carlson Orthodontics and live local CBS 3.
Coming up Wednesday on CBS 3 this morning, a recap of how primary elections went here in the Northland.
And those mild temperatures are forecasted to continue, but higher humidity levels are forecasted to return as well.
So make sure to wake up with us starting at 5 a.m.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community, and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers get paid training to keep the power flowing, engines running, and supplies moving. Army National Guard soldiers are learning skills that can set them up for success with companies looking to hire the best.
The Army National Guard basically built my resume for me.
Find out how you can learn a trade and serve part-time for your community and country by visiting NationalGuard.com.
The show critics are praising as genius is now the Emmy winner for Outstanding Talk Show Host.
That's a standing ovation.
And the stars love it too.
You're so good.
America's Sweetheart is a hit and everything we love.
Oh my God! This is
is why we connect. Hey. You say y'all, I say y'all.
That's how you say it. Hey. You're wrong.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on Live Local CBS 3.
Dude, you gonna pick that up? Because there's no poop fairy to do that for you. See? Take these. They're not just poop bags. They're pride bags. Because you're doing the right thing for your neighbors and for the health of the whole watershed. Gotta fly. There's a Chihuahua cranking one out in Leicester right now. There is no poop fairy.
When you don't have a safe place to come home to, nothing in your world seems right.
This is a place that I call my home.
Help turn things around for a child. Become a foster parent.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS.
Minnesota will see millions in federal funding for 2 bus transit projects. The U.S. Department of Transportation made that announcement today. The funding includes $7 million to help improve transit to rural areas. Of that, more than $4 million is designated for new buses, which will replace aging vehicles, improve service reliability, and feature new technology that improves safety for passengers. No word on exactly where that money is headed, but U.S. Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao told us today that it's about keeping rural communities connected.
Rural America is no longer being discriminated against. Rural America is no longer being forgotten. In fact, we have invested a great deal in rural America to the tune of about 62% of all discretionary grants.
In the past year, the department has also designated millions of dollars towards improving bridges, airports, and other transit infrastructure across the Northland. You can find more information for the bus projects on our website.
After 2 years of negotiations, the Diocese of St. Cloud officially filed for bankruptcy yesterday. This comes after the diocese reached a more than $22 million settlement in 2018 with survivors of clergy abuse. 70 people came forward with complaints against 42 priests dating back to the 1950s. An independent trustee will manage the settlement.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, Joe Biden picks Senator Kamala Harris as his running mate, the latest on his historic choice, the first black woman and first Asian American on a major party ticket, and the questions about why he picked one of his fiercest critics on the debate stage. Plus, 2 major college conferences postponed fall sports because of coronavirus, what it means for the football season, and the billions of dollars it generates. And the troubling new study just out. Does COVID-19 linger in the air inside much longer than previously thought? What you need to know. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Change the future of medicine from the convenience of home. Join the All of Us research program to help improve health research and speed up medical breakthroughs. Visit essentialhealth.org/allofus to learn more.
For months, we've all done our best to stay safe. But to remain safe in the long run, it's up to us all to take actions that don't just slow the spread of COVID, but collectively overcome it. Like getting a test if you have any symptoms, answering if your health department calls, and wearing a mask in public spaces. There is no return to normal, but going forward, we will return to something more.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS.
A miracle on Old Highway 70. How a 3-year-old managed to survive nearly 25 hours in the woods.
Hear from UMD Athletic Director Josh Burlow following the announcement that UMD fall sports have been put on pause.
So you don't know how to play Big Brother? Holy cannoli. We've assembled a team of all-stars to teach you.
Let's go, baby!
Make secret alliances with your new friends.
It's savage.
Don't be afraid of romance. I'm like, yeah! Win competitions.
My mind is like, oh!
Blindside so-called friends who have secretly betrayed you.
Ain't nobody afraid of you. Ain't nobody afraid of you.
All on a 24/7 live feed to the world.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
New Big Brother All-Stars, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays on CBS.
Join the Greater Downtown Council for movies in the parking lot. Friday nights all summer long. Watch movies from the comfort of your vehicle. Reserve your $10 parking spot ahead of time at downtownduluth.com/events/movies in the park. Present your digital ticket at the gate and enjoy. Bring your own food or have snacks from the concession stands. Here's what's playing this week. Presented by Carlson Orthodontics and live local CBS 3. Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Mainstream is your wedding headquarters. Downtown Duluth.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look over a gorgeous Lake Superior on this Tuesday afternoon. Let's take a quick look at some of today's top stories and check ahead to see what's coming at 6. A portion of St. Anne's in downtown Duluth was evacuated today. Fire officials say it was due to a suspected chlorine leak at the assisted living facility. Crews say it's believed a cleaning chemical was poured down the drain, and the evacuations were made out of an abundance of caution.
Meanwhile, presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden has made his vice presidential pick. It's California Senator Kamala Harris. This afternoon, he made the reveal to supporters and on social media. Biden and Harris will appear together tomorrow at an event in Wilmington, Delaware. And coming up tonight at 6, new details about what family and authorities are calling a miracle on Old Highway 70 in Winter, Wisconsin. That's where a 3-year-old missing for 24 hours in the woods later showed up unharmed. Tonight on the CBS 3 News at 6, we're hearing from the man who found her. That's your news tonight at 5. The CBS Evening News is next.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you again in a half hour.